Welcome to the Rich Stylist Podcast. I'm Ashley Diana, business coach for hair extension pros and founder of Rich Stylist Academy. I'll be your guide as you begin to attract your dream clients, create amazing extension transformations, and have your bank account overflowing with cash. Let's go. Hey friends, welcome to Rich Stylist Podcast. Today's chat is with Krepline. She's a hairstylist and hair extensionist and makeup artist in Hollywood, California. Now, I remember when Callie first joined Rich Stylist Academy, she was so enthusiastic and passionate and motivated about her dream of doing hair in Hollywood, which of course is what she's doing right now. She moved from a small town to Los Angeles to make her dream a reality. You know how you meet those people and it's like there is just no question that they're doing exactly what they should be doing with their lives? That's Callie. She's a hairstylist, a makeup artist. Like, she was born to be a Hollywood celebrity hairstylist and makeup artist. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I already told her this when I first had my coaching call with Callie. I said, you are absolutely going to be a top celebrity hairstylist, makeup artist. Like, mark my words, super, super famous. She is going to be it. So you're hearing it first here. You're welcome. So Callie gives some great advice in this episode, and one of those is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. She'll talk about it more, but that's just such great life advice. You can apply that to any area of your life. Typically, what you're most fearful of is the direction that will push you into your greatness, and the other side of your comfort zone is all the things that you really want and desire. If you think about some of the most exciting, fulfilling, rewarding times in your life, whether that's professionally or personally, they were most likely times where you felt uncomfortable with the unknown. There was a time where it put you out of your comfort zone to get to the other side. So what Callie has done in these situations is she's trained her brain to recognize that discomfort is a sign that something great is about to happen on the other side. And with that strong mindset, a growth mindset that she has, even at the very early stages of her career, Callie has made huge strides, which is not only attracting her dream opportunities, but also has her making 10,000 plus months. Enjoy this episode with Rich Stylist Academy member Callie and prepare to be absolutely inspired and motivated immediately. Just trust me. Enjoy. Happy you're here today on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
One of the reasons I wanted to have you on the podcast, because there's actually so many reasons, but one of them is you have this natural, what seems to be a very natural energy and enthusiasm, motivation, and passion towards what you do. And I noticed that on our first call. And the interesting thing is that you're very new to the industry, but also wildly talented. My question is, your natural drive, is that something you've always had, or is it something you have to work on?
First of all, thank you. I'm so flattered by the compliment. That natural drive has been with me my entire life. It's super cool to actually talk about this, because I don't think I've ever really chatted about the drive that I have, but it motivates and fuels everything that I do. I am so passionate about hair and makeup, and in the beauty industry, and it just radiates through what I do. I feel like that drive came from, my parents. My mom specifically really was like, you know what, go after your dreams before you do anything else, and make sure, you get to do what you love. And I just set on that path and just didn't stop until I get, just keep growing and keep doing what I love. So that's kind of what's the fuel behind me doing what I do today.
I was going to ask if it came maybe from your family or parents. So that is a beautiful, amazing thing to have had that support basically from the start. Now you moved to, okay, guys, Hollywood. That is where Callie does hair, the Hollywood area. Now you moved from another state. Weren't you in an industry before you started doing hair. Do I recall correctly?
Yes, absolutely. So I actually am from Wisconsin. I'm from Kakana, Wisconsin, if anyone knows where that is. And I moved to LA about 3.5 years ago. I actually have my bachelor's of business and marketing. And so I came out here and I started working for an ad agency doing search engine marketing. And in the first year, while it definitely helps advertising wise for your own business, I did not enjoy my job at all. And I found myself starting a beauty Instagram and getting into makeup, and really, I jumped into doing makeup at MAC Cosmetics. And from there, I got a taste of the hair industry through a friend. And she brought me into the salon, and the owner took me on as a makeup artist for the salon. And from there, I was like, which school is best? And the owner said, why don't you just be my apprentice? And I was like, oh my God, is this really something that I can really? And she said, absolutely. And it's the most, the biggest blessing in my life that I can't even explain it. And so that's where I am today. And she lets me, the owner who is my mentor, lets me, gives me free reign to grow as a hairstylist.
Your owner and mentor, she sounds like an amazing person. I know you mentioned her to me on our first call together, and it's always sounded like you have so much support.
Oh my God, she is incredible. I'm not sure what other apprentices get to experience or get the freedom to do, but I know that sometimes you are more of an assistant than you are able to have your own chair. And the fact that almost, within 3 months, I was just taking my own clients and doing my own thing and growing is just, I'm just so grateful for her letting me do that. And what's cool is that she actually assisted in Beverly Hills, and she's worked at Vidal Sassoon. And so when she took me on, she goes, I'm not gonna, keep you closed up. Like sometimes it feels as an assistant, I'd rather have you spread your wings and grow. So I thought that was really beautiful.
Beautiful. And like literally letting you be abundant. And yeah. Instead of wanting to keep you, no, she's so good, she needs to stay with me as an assistant. I think that's awesome. Now I'm going to ask you, I'm curious about something, because I imagine that for some people listening, like again, like you grew up, it sounds like, with amazing parents that said basically follow your dreams and just go for it, even able to like move to the West Coast and do your thing and find what it is you're passionate about. And then I imagine you had very supportive friends that you met there in the makeup industry, and then stepping into this wonderful salon and having a mentor. What would you say to someone, or if someone was thinking, well, she's just really lucky, like lucky things just happen to her? Or would you say it's that and or a combination of visualization, manifestation, hard work? What would you say to that?
That is an excellent question. And ironically, I was just listening to a podcast by Boss Babe. Highly recommend it if you want inspiration in your life. And they had on this guest speaker. I can't remember his name, but it's funny. My mom and my best friend always go, why does it always seem like you have a 4-leaf clover that follows you? And literally last week I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I don't even know how to answer that. And then I listened to this podcast and I was like, oh my God, this is it. It's because for those who want to go after their dreams and do what they love, or, continue getting closer to that, you have to give it your all. You have to put all of your energy into it. You have to, wake up every day pushing to the next level, pushing the limits, throwing yourself into really vulnerable situations, taking risks. I am a firm believer in taking risks. I don't take ones that would, leave me on the street, but I would take ones that are really going to help me grow. And so maybe controlled risk, I don't know. But it's those kind of things that end up leading you to situations that you would have never thought in the beginning that you'd be in, but it just keeps going. It's a really beautiful thing. So just give it your all, and don't hold back, and don't be afraid to step outside your box.
Would you say that you just choose to get comfortable with the uncomfortable?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing I learned being an apprentice so far is because of my mentor, who I will truly say threw me to the wolves on a lot of things. I don't even know what the first one was, but I've had so many mini heart attacks. And I now have grown to really love these mini heart attacks, because every time I do it, I come home on a high. It's incredible. I know that, oh my God, I just accomplished so many things. I mean, any hairstylist knows how complicated hair can be, from the science of the products to for extensions, the installation, the seamlessness of it, the making sure you're protecting the client. And especially when you have someone who comes in and it's truly a color correction and you're like, oh my God, all right, what's the game plan? And so she has really thrown me to the wolves, and I've tried so many different things in such a short time. And it's that, being comfortable with the uncomfortable, absolutely, that will help you just excel even faster than you thought you could.
I think that's incredible advice, and thank you for sharing the story with that. And it is so the key takeaway here is, guys, many heart attacks every day. That's what you're going for. many heart attacks that get you excited and amped up. You can't sleep at night. You're like, yes, more the next day. So what's it like?
Absolutely.
What's it like doing hair in Hollywood? For people that are listening that maybe live anywhere in the country or the world, what would you say it's like doing hair in Hollywood?
I would say, I just really love that people here like to try really different and unique things. And so it's just really fun to do these really creative projects, like especially with extensions, because then the options are truly limitless. So people here, I feel like when I think of Wisconsin, where I grew up, versus here, people really invest in their hair. It's definitely a city that is built on how you look, and people really care about that here, and so they're willing to invest in it. Yeah. And so, which I think is a beautiful thing. It's fun to invest in yourself. And so I always like to see who ends up being in my chair, what kind of project comes next. So you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you have so much variety, which is amazing. By the way, your hair looks freaking amazing. We're like color sisters sort of with our hair right now.
That's why I joined Rich Stylist Academy, is because of how you look.
Well, I love that. I mean, we are in the beauty business. You're like, her hair color. Yes.
I love it.
It's funny that you say that, because it's something that I tell stylists, even in their salon. I'm like, listen, you can do great hair. You can be the best at what you do. But remember that we're in the beauty business. You need to look the part as well. It just goes along with it. Like, have the great personality, have the amazing client experience, but also do your damn hair. Look fresh, smell fresh, all the things. Like, don't forget about like the basics and looking good. Like, beauty is our business. So, and people literally will book with you, buy your courses, do coaching with you, whatever it may be, book you as a makeup artist, like, because of the way you look. It's a very valid point.
Oh my God, I couldn't agree more. And I think, that's something that I really value. And maybe that's that marketing degree in the background, because listen, nobody's going to market you better than you. And so you have to show up as your advertisement. And so honestly, when I did this hair it's almost been 2 years now, or a year and a half since I did it purple, I switch it up with different types of purple. And now my clients are like, what are you doing next? Or, oh my God, I love your hair. Yeah. And I think a huge thing too that I've really leaned into is in the modules for the the Rich Stylist like fast track that the program offers. There's a huge chunk. Yeah, there's a huge chunk on branding and owning your brand. And when I listened to those, I felt like that was honestly, my biggest takeaway so far. And I really leaned into it. And so
you have.
I really like my wardrobe. I went all into it. I don't like if something's purple and I like it, I'm buying it. And I'm going to wear it.
Yes.
And yep, and let it radiate through. And it's super cool. Like even just out in public, I'll be at the mall and I have people come up to me, compliment the hair. We start talking. And then so many of my clients have come to me that way. And it's really a beautiful thing. So yeah, showing up, doing your hair, smelling good, wearing cute clothes or wearing clothes that just show that you're put together.
It literally helps build your business. It does help build your business. It's so simple. Like that's like the one simple thing that any stylist can do. You can look the part, dress the part, smell the part, be the part, no matter what city you're in. And then you can also look the part on your social media. Like that's something you can do without, having a marketing degree, without taking any courses, without anything. It's like, that's like the first step in marketing yourself is literally being the part to attract your clients and then going out where places that other humans are that may like the way you look and would want to have you make them over. So yes, I'm totally on board with everything you said. So speaking of Hollywood, can you share any names of like celebrities or influencers that you've done their hair or their makeup?
Absolutely. My first celebrity client was Gigi Gorgeous.
I love her. She's so fun.
I couldn't believe it. When I first got to work with her, it was actually a house call. And so I got to go do a blowout with her and I noticed she had extensions and, I just casually mentioned that I do them. And then she ended up asking me for my phone number at the end of the blowout. And I literally couldn't believe it. I remember getting in my car. I even journaled that night. I was like, oh my God. And because I had followed her, especially because I'm into makeup, like very much so, I have followed her for years and I've always loved her full glam looks. And she's just she's very on top of it, very beautiful. And so anyway, she did end up coming to me for extensions and I actually just rebooked her for the end of March. So I'm very excited to see her again.
Oh, that is such a cool story.
Thank you. I've worked with, as TikTok is growing, there's so many TikTok influencers. So I work with Coco Quinn. She is so cute and she is so much fun to work with. She loves to switch up her hair. So I enjoy making those hair dreams come true. And then aside from that, there's been some people that work in Broadway. I worked with a woman who played the witch from Wicked, not the original one, but one of the following casts. So that was pretty incredible. So when she comes back from New York, I do her hair.
What do you envision for yourself? What do you see like is the next really big step with doing hair in your area?
I think the biggest step, and I really, I'm just working on building a schedule where I have more time in my week to work on the personal brand and do the more business side of things. And in that, I want to do a model shoot. That's the next thing. I want to get some really good content. I have an excellent photographer friend. I've already told him we're doing this. So I want to get that set up. That's the next thing for Callie K.
Yes, Callie K.
Yep. I'm very excited. And so just to get some really good shots, show people the inside of hair with extensions, have like some nice content videos of me working. I think a huge thing I want to work on as well is just bringing more visuals of me working and who I am to my social media so people can meet me. So yeah, that's the next two things for me.
I guess since you started being an assistant and started taking some clients, I know there's like kind of a middle area there, but how long do you say you've been in the industry?
I started doing hair and being an assistant last April. So just under a year.
Damn, I love it. It's so amazing. Now, I remember like shortly after you joined Rich Stylist Academy, we had an epic call and you just took off like lightning. It was amazing. And I got a voice message from you and it's something to the effect of like, oh my God, Ashley, like I like you were doing your numbers. You're like, I'm like almost at 10K months. Like I'm doing it. I'm having clients come, like, you said I'm doing it. I'm having consultations come in. Like, how did that feel? And like, where are you at? Like with your, under a year or right at a year, girlfriend, it's amazing. Like it's so inspiring for other stylists to hear that because it lets them know like what is possible. So what, can you share like any numbers just because we love to talk numbers and money? Like, can we talk about that?
Absolutely. So around July last year, I was making about $3,000 a month. And what was it? Only 4 months later, I hit 9,000.
Amazing.
And
amazing.
I couldn't believe it. I remember calling my mom. I was like, there's no way. And awesome. She's such a great support system for me. And my boyfriend, honestly, he very much roots me on, and he knows that I have long days. So I really appreciate him. And so, so that was huge, that number. And then the other big number, which I haven't counted in a second, but if I could estimate, I went from doing about maybe 4 or 5 extension appointments a month to about 2 weeks ago, I had 6 extension clients in 1 week.
That's what we want. That is what it's all about. That is so amazing.
It was so cool.
Awesome.
That was a, oh my God, it was such a good week.
That's a big week.
And each one of them was not just extensions, but extensions and like a color transformation. So, oh my God, I was having the time of my life.
I'm telling you, your attitude makes it as well. Like to just be so enthusiastic, it just keeps the energy flowing, and the money flowing too. You told me you woke up at 5 a.m. You went to go work out. Callie K is in like full glam. She is like on her brand as we speak right now with her gorgeous hair and her extensions and her like cool shirt that matches her hair. And I'm like, it's literally a little after 8 a.m. LA time. So the reason I share this is because it's all about like your simple daily habits that lead to big, epic, long-lasting success. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. I wasn't really much of a morning person. And I have worked really hard in the last 2 years to really utilize the mornings and not go to bed so late. Even though I love staying up late, it's just not, it doesn't make sense if you want to be successful. Unless you prefer to work later at night. But since I like to take clients early at the salon, I like to have my afternoons to myself if I can. And I like the morning because, nothing's really started yet. It's kind of peaceful. I always get a workout in the morning, and then my mind is clear, and then I'll answer all my text messages and make sure everything's set up for success for the day. And just by having that morning, I used to be a person, and there's still moments of it, but I'd always run everything right to the minute, right to the 30 seconds. And it stresses you out, and it's totally not sustainable. And it totally sometimes can negatively affect your morning. So I've really worked on trying to get up early, not rush my mornings, make sure everything flows a little bit smoother. So that way I can have a great start to my day and be really successful for the day. Definitely hard. I actually bought a book called Good Morning, Good Life.
I have that book.
Do you?
I do. Yep.
I listen to Boss Babe podcast a lot, and they always have really good female entrepreneurs on there. And one lady wrote a book, and I was like, I need this immediately.
Yeah, I bought it a couple years ago. I'm always so interested in people's morning routine because it 100% sets the tone for the day. And something that I always share is that, a great morning makes a great day. A great day makes a great week. A great week makes a great month. And then a great month makes a great year. You get the point. A great year creates a great life. So it literally starts with like this simple daily habit. So I want to, have that point come across to those that are listening, is that sometimes it can feel overwhelming when it's like, oh my gosh, I want to do this and I want to have, have this kind of clients and do this kind of hair and make this kind of money, but they feel like they're starting at zero. And maybe they are just getting out of hair school or maybe completely rebranding their business or in a new city. But the thing is, like, start with like a simple daily habit. Start with some sort of healthy habit. I would start with a healthy habit, like with your personal life and then with your business. And I see that in you so much. And it has just multiplied. It's just like an avalanche of success now.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I agree completely with everything you just said. You need to have that routine. It'll help 100%.
What made you realize that you wanted to change or you wanted to implement something new or that a next level of growth was required? Kind of what made you realize that you needed something like Rich Stylist?
I remember the first time the program was advertised to me on Instagram, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" And I read into it a little bit, and then I kind of just was like, "Oh, money and like things." I'm like, "Oh, maybe I don't know if I need this." Like I had just, I've been looking at different programs and where I wanted to invest a little bit of my money because I am a firm believer that you need to reinvest in your business. And until you hit like a certain level of success, most of the money you make, whatever portion you want to do, needs to go back into the business for it to grow. Like you can't just be selfish and keep it. You have to put it back in. And so I was like looking for a good program. And basically, by the second time I saw the ad, I was like, all right, what is this? And I really looked into it, and it was perfect because even though, so I'd started, doing hair last April, and I joined in August of last year. And at August, I just kind of realized, I work in a salon with, at least 12 stylists, and including my mentor, no one really was an extension specialist. And I was really finding, I love like really detailed work and tedious work. That's just my favorite thing. And so I was like, I really want to master this. So I need something, or I need some people that know more than, I know absolutely, that can help guide me when it comes to brands, to install, how to market it, how to advertise it, how to talk about it with clients, all those things. And then when I, listened to, got on the phone call with Alex, he explained it all for me. And I was like, gee, this is a no-brainer. Absolutely. This is exactly what I need. And so if you guys, for anyone that's looking to take their extensions to the next level and are very serious about it, look no further. This is it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What was your call like with Alex? Sometimes I think people are like, oh, who is he? Alex, like he's a guy, or like, I need a call, so what was it like?
No, he's your husband, right? Or is he your boyfriend?
Yeah, he's my boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Okay. I just want to make sure. Well, it was so funny when he first reached out. I was like, okay, does she have like a team of like customer service people? So I remember I went onto your Instagram and found your personal. I was like, oh, this is her other half.
Or like she is a person and she has another half. He's a person too. Yeah. We do have people that help us, but Alex does the calls. And the reason too is like he built the program with me, did the filming. He knows so much about hair in the industry and the people in the program and everything. And he, does his own call, lives and stuff about money and tech stuff and websites. So it just became very natural for him to do the calls. So would you say it was a good call? Was it scary? It
was really good. Actually, I think the biggest thing, thinking back to it, is that he really put me on the spot of what do I want out of my business? And it was a question nobody had asked me before because, like I said, I've been looking for this missing piece of, people who know more about extensions. And I was like, wow, yeah, I really want to grow. Here's the other thing. He goes, so how much do you want to make a month? And I was like, well, 8,000 would be nice. And I was like, if it's possible. And he's like, well, how about 10K? And I was like, well, all right.
And you're like, and the next month I made 9K.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh my God, it really is a cheap. And so he really pushed me to think internally about what I really wanted. And that was amazing and really beautiful. And it wasn't just like some, Google Doc questionnaire and that's it. And then do you want to pay for our subscription? It was really, really personalized and really, I really enjoyed it. So I was like, yep, absolutely. Let's do it.
I love that. You're absolutely the perfect fit. And it's just been, when someone's the perfect fit, it's what they're looking for. Like, you were in the market for coaching and education. And again, your attitude and enthusiasm towards like, I'm going to do this. And also I will say this, permission to be like, what are you talking about? Of course you can make 9K. You can make whatever you want to. So when you see what's possible and someone helps, like, and that's our job as like coaches to be like, 9, how about 10? How about 20? Because you're limitless. You can do whatever you want. And it's very important for people to have that, the coaching, but also to see what's possible and to think bigger.
Absolutely. I will say one quick thing too, that I think is important to share from the call is I was nervous about the price. And I know that not everybody charges like, the hair industry, you could charge whatever. And sometimes you may not see that the monthly cost of this class is possible or this course is possible. But he was like, well, what if you're attracting the correct client that you want, your dream client, it should only be like one, maybe 1.5 clients will pay for this course. And you're supposed to have a bunch of them in a month. And I was like, oh, well then, yeah, that's fine. If I don't believe in myself enough to be able to have 1.5 of these clients that I want, like, come on. So that's my motivation. So if you're nervous on the price and it seems steep and you may not have, the huge budget in the beginning, don't worry, because at least by month 3, you'll be making what you need to make to pay for this. And it's just incredible.
Thank you so much for sharing that. We actually say like, give yourself a 90-day challenge. We say like 90 days. And because it really does come down to you. It comes down to the person. You can lay out the groundwork and tell people exactly what to do. But and also another thing that we like to do in Rich Stylist is help people believe in themselves. But if you cannot believe in yourself at all, or if you choose not to believe in yourself, I mean, that is the number one thing. And you just took that and ran with it. And you said, okay, I have permission. I have the motivation. You know what? Yep. I'm going to do it. I believe in myself. Like, of course I can do anything. And another thing I think is really important is having like, I call it like a win list or an evidence list. But for you, it's like you said, I have those mini heart attacks where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. But then you did it. And then that is just another notch on your evidence list or win list that goes, anytime you're feeling nervous again, you can go, oh, but I did that before. But I did that. So of course I could I get one more extension client a month? Yeah. Like, who do I think I am? Of course I can.
Absolutely. Oh, it's so motivating.
I love it. So what would you say is the best thing about your business since joining Rich Stylist Academy, or best thing that's happened to your business?
Definitely the confidence level. Since I started in April, I haven't even hit a year yet. And so there is a lot of things in this specific area, of my life that I don't know. And so it was really a huge boost of confidence to know that if I don't know something in regards to extensions, I have 60 plus stylists I can reach out to and get an answer within 24 hours. And having that in my back pocket, when it came to consultations and chatting with clients and doing extensions, I just felt so much more confident in everything I said to them and everything I shared, because I truly believe it. And so the confidence has just gone through the roof, and it shows. I have done some really incredible extension transformations that I just still can't believe I've done. I look at them. Sometimes that's usually what I do when I go to bed at night, is I'll sit and look at the pictures of the hair I've done.
It's like having a baby. Like you're like, gosh, can my baby please go to bed? And then when they go to sleep, you're like, I'm gonna look at their pictures because I'm so happy and proud. Like you're like, I'm looking at my extensions.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's been great. And I think the other thing too is just all the modules on setting up your business for success and really getting your social media on track, just everything. It really just makes you feel so much more sure about what you're doing, especially if, maybe you don't have someone directly around you that, is someone you look up to for a specific item. So
Sure.
I really loved it for that.
Now, what would you share with a stylist that was taking a look at Rich Stylist but was just unsure? Like, what would be your one piece of advice?
The number one thing is just like, obviously you want to, first of all, you want to invest in yourself all the time. And you got to find the right thing to invest in. But if your focus is truly extensions, yes, absolutely. Or at least you want to add that in as a very serious option for your clients, then yes, you should absolutely hands down do this. It'll pay off 100%.
Callie, it has been an amazing conversation. I've been so happy to chat with you today. So valuable and so freaking inspiring. Thank you so much. All of your Instagram links, your TikTok, and all the good things, links are in the show notes so people can find you. And I encourage everyone to reach out to Callie and say hello and chat with her in her DMs on Instagram, and of course, give her a follow. Thank you, Callie. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much, Ashley. This has been a pleasure. Yes, please reach out. I would love to chat with anyone who has any questions.
Awesome. Bye.
Would you like to be the highest paid hair extensionist in your city? 86% of stylists make $3,000 to $5,000 per month. But as an extensionist, you can make that kind of money in one single day. If you're already certified by one of the top companies and you want to make the most money possible with that certification, then I'd love to invite you to discover Rich Stylist Academy. This is an elite mentorship where I give you the secrets to attracting the best clients, doing the best transformations, and making the most money. Stylists in this mentorship commonly have 3K days, $10,000 months, and six-figure years. Space is very limited as we only accept 10 stylists per month to this mentorship. Click the link and fill out the quick free application and see if it's a fit for you.